Hey dolls! So as you can see, my hair is different. I went more pastel this time. I used Arctic Fox hair color in the shade Frosé. It is their new pastel pink shade, and I added a couple drops of their virgin pink shade that I usually use in order to give it a little bit of a more vibrant appearance and to kind of counteract some of the warm tones that were happening in my natural hair after the lightening process. But yes, this is what we are working with. I am loving it so far. But anyway, getting on into this video. This video is going to be a first impressions of the new Covergirl Clean Fresh line. Now I got a whole big PR box of this collection, and let me just say I was super excited that the packaging was all pink and everything. You guys will see in the little items that everything is all pink and cute, so that is half the reason that I felt inclined to actually talk about this. I've gotten Covergirl PR packages in the past, but mainly I just post them on my Instagram stories. But I had a lot of requests to do a full first impressions review of this collection, and so here we are. I'm going to be showing you guys a first impressions. This is my finished makeup look after using all of these items. So the 4 items that we are going to be looking at today are the Covergirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk, and this is a foundation. We are also going to be checking out the Covergirl Clean Fresh Cream Blush, Clean Fresh Cooling Glow Stick, and the Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Oils. So I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into No Makeup Face Manda and do some first impressions. So I grabbed a brand new fresh clean beauty blender. This is one of the Jeffree Star Morphe Beauty sponges. I wanted to get a brand new clean one to see how much of the foundation it would soak up or not while applying. Okay, so now that y'all are up close and personal and can see all of my imperfections in full HD, let's go ahead and get started with this. So this is the Skin Milk. This is the foundation with coconut milk and aloe extract. And this one is in the shade 510 Porcelain. It says it has a dewy finish and it is very buildable coverage. So I think this is going to be about my skin tone. So we'll just plop a little bit on the back of my hand. Start out with this much and see how much we have to go from there. And I do have my little handy dandy star mirror right here so I can kind of see. And actually this might be a shade too light. I might have to grab the next darker shade actually. Let's try 520 Fair and see if it's a little bit better of a match. Okay, I think that that is actually going to be a better match. So I think I am right now, currently, since I'm not doing any tanning or anything, I am in Fair. So, oh yeah, that is much better of a match. So it's going on nicely, but I don't see that it is covering very well. And I don't know if that's because I am in fact using a sponge and the sponge usually absorbs a lot of the product. Mind you, if you like coconut, this smells like, it smells like coconut. So if you are a fan of coconut, this is good. But it's not like an over, it kind of smells like almonds too. It's like coconutty and almondy. It does, it has like a nutty scent to it, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. So far, I'm kind of liking how it applies with the Beauty Blender. If you are someone who wants a more subtle, light coverage, like easy breezy foundation, definitely apply this with a sponge because the sponge does lay the product very nicely, but it does soak quite a bit of it up. That is a pretty dang good skin match if I do say so myself. But it is like a very dewy finish. You can see it like shining. So if you're not someone who likes that oily finish or that dewy look, this probably isn't your style per se, but I am going to go ahead and throw the rest of this on. I'm not going to try applying it with a brush because I don't do that practically in my everyday. I always apply it with a beauty blender. so a brush just isn't really practical for me. But if you guys want to test it with a brush and you have, let me know down in the comments below, because it would help a lot of people out. So as mentioned, it is not like full coverage by any means at all. It is very, very, very light, but it says that you can build it up, so obviously that's what I'm going to attempt to do, because obviously you guys can see it's not covering like my dark spots or red spots at all. And like under my eyes, you can see like usually I'm red in this area around my nose and mouth, and then under my eyes as well. And you can kind of see like I've already gone over this area and it's still kind of showing through a little bit. So, and I've been having to use a lot of product. Like I've done 3 of these glops so far. So I'm just like building it to see if I can get the kind of coverage that I want. So if you're someone who wants light coverage foundation, or you're just starting out with applying makeup and you're not really sure like where to start, this foundation is super forgiving. I'm finding like it's going on really light, really airy. It doesn't feel cakey, but you do have to work to build it up. So keep that in mind. But again, if you are someone who loves this kind of feel, or if you're just starting out, like I said before, this is definitely an option. And I do really like this formula. I just wish it was a little bit fuller coverage, because again, I'm going in with yet another dollop to get it to be the coverage that I prefer. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna build it up anymore. I'm just gonna leave it how it is. Kind of let you guys see what that looks like on. I really like the finish on this. It is just so light and pretty. I do really love like the formula of this. It's really light and just gorgeous. Okay, so there is the foundation. Now let's move on to the blush, I guess. So I'm gonna be using the Clean Fresh Cream Blush in the shade 330 Sweet Innocence, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out on my hand just so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. So don't be super intimidated by the colors of these. They look super dark when you first dot them on, but they blend out really pretty. So you can see this one does have a little bit of a sheen to it, or like an luminescence, but it does blend out insanely well. This one looks a little shimmery, I think. It's kind of got some sparkly particles in there. It's more of like a shine rather than a shimmer or a glitter per se. It's kind of just like shiny to give like that added little, I don't know, highlight without actually applying a highlight, which we are going to do since I do have the glow stick. But till we do that, I'm gonna blend out one side with the Beauty Blender, and I'm gonna blend out one side with my finger and see which method works best. So I'm going to start out by just putting a dot, just the tiniest little dot like so, and then I'm going to blend out with my finger. Ooh. So I'm just going in circular motions. Oh my goodness. This works so well with this foundation. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I was so intimidated. I never use like cream blushes like this, but oh, look at, and there's like highlight already on my cheek and I didn't even apply highlight. This is cute. I may have went a little bit too crazy with that side as far as like the amount goes. So a little bit goes a long way. So this huge tube will last you quite a while. This is so pretty. Okay, let's do a dot on the other cheek. And then we will blend this side out with the Beauty Blender and just kind of dot it around. And I already don't like this as much because it's not going the way I want it to go, and it picked up like 90% of that product. So I'm actually gonna go back in with my finger and reblend it back out. I just wanted to see like what the different application techniques would do. It's pretty forgiving, actually. I don't know if that is the case with if you were to apply this over any foundation formula. Probably not, because products act different ways. This line was created to react with each other like flawlessly. So obviously that's going to make an impact or make a huge difference if you use the certain products that are supposed to go with and complement each other. So yeah, I just started with like the swirling technique, and then around the edges I'm just like pulling it out with my finger and just like blending out the edges just by tapping and gently pulling. And I mean, it's a little heavy-handed on this side, but you guys get the gist of it. It's really pretty. I actually quite enjoy this a lot. Moving on to the glow stick now. This one is in the shade Opal Dreams, number 200, and it just looks like so. These smell so good. Oh my gosh, the blush didn't really have a scent, and the foundation kind of smelled like coconut or just like almondy, but these smell so good. Oh my gosh, it's like a subtle floral. It smells like expensive skincare, which is amazing. And so anyway, it just looks like so. It is just like a little stick, and these go on so light, so creamy, so smooth. I have applied this just to like my bare cheeks, just on a day when I wasn't going out with much makeup, but a little bit of mascara and some highlight, and I just threw this on my cheeks, blended it out with my finger, and I was good to go. And this is so pretty. So this one has more of pink undertones to it. This is my favorite one out of the ones that I received in my PR kit, but this is so cute. I'll do a little swatch on the back of my hand here. So I don't know if this is going to... Oh yeah, there you can see the pink undertones, just like so. And it is cold. When you apply it, it feels like it's wet. And I don't know, it feels so refreshing to apply because it is cold and wet, and it smells so good. So let's apply this. At first, when I first applied this, I just started like dotting it on like this. So if you are someone who wants a more subtle look, that is definitely an option. Just tap this on, and then you don't really even have to blend it out. Or you can swipe it on and blend it out with your finger, or then proceed to tap around the swipe, if that makes any sense. So like do a swipe and then tap around that. And I love these because it gives a wet look, whereas a lot of highlights, a lot of name brand highlights even, they have like a weird gray shadow overcast to them, and it just looks really, really tacky in my opinion. So having this is just like so like, I don't know, it's just so subtle, but it's like you can build it up if you want to, and it's just so like milky and soft, and just it is so like wet looking. And then I like to do a little bit on my chin, so I'm just gonna dot that on there, and then on my cupid's bow I just like to dot that there, kind of blend out a little. And then of course the nose, I love to do the tip of my nose, and this is awesome because you could just like dot 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 and then be done. Like you don't technically even have to blend it if you don't want to, because it applies itself. It's so freaking neat. And then down the bridge, I like to blend this part out with my finger. And then I do typically like to do the inner corners of my eyes, so I will grab a little bit on my pinky just on the stick like this, and then I will just go in on my inner corner. And I'll do the same thing if I'm applying it to my brow bone. I'll just apply it on my finger. You can also apply it to a brush if you want to, but I just find that my finger doesn't absorb as much of the product as a brush would. Wow, she's pretty. Okay, and then real quick before I apply the rest of my makeup off camera, I am going to talk to you guys about the tinted lip oils. I have been loving these so much. They smell similar to the glow stick. I love the scent of these so much. They apply so beautifully. It is not tacky. It's not sticky. It's not like a normal lip gloss. It's not super shiny, but it's just so moisturizing and nourishing and refreshing. And I just love these so much. This one is actually the transparent one, so they do have a clear one. I know it's kind of weird that it's called a tinted lip oil and it's transparent, but they do have the transparent one, which is my absolute favorite because I can pair it with anything or just wear it by itself. I love this, but they do also have different shades as well in the collection, but honestly the transparent one is so universal. And again, if you're someone who's just getting into makeup, this entire line, this new Clean Fresh line, is so good, especially like if you want to get started wearing lip gloss but they kind of feel too tacky or too heavy or too sticky. This formula is so beautiful. I am obsessed with it, and again, I love the scent so much. And ta-da! Here is my finished makeup look. It just looks like so. I did touch on a little bit extra highlight on my nose and my cheeks just because I am a sucker for blinding highlight. But overall, you guys, I have to say with the foundation, I'm just gonna go down the line. With the foundation, it feels a little sticky in spots when I'm actually touching my face, but it is actually like sitting so nicely. I put in contacts too, by the way, but it is sitting so nicely on my face. I am in love with how it has laid down. As you can see, there are still a few spots that it didn't cover, and I think I did like 2 to 3 coats. I think you guys saw. I don't remember exactly. Some spots I went over more than others. But overall, it is sitting so pretty. Like I said, when you touch it, it kind of feels a little sticky, but it's not something like gross feeling. When it's on your actual face, it feels fine. But for whatever reason, if you were to be like touching your face, I noticed when I was like blending out my eyeliner and stuff that I noticed when I was like blending out my eyeshadow and things, I was resting my hand on my cheek and it was kind of tacky and kind of sticky. It's nothing like super bad though. It's just like you can feel it there, but it's nothing like, oh my gosh, it's like goopy and gross and nasty. Nothing like that. Not like a nasty, like tacky lip gloss or something. It doesn't feel like that at all. It's very lightweight, and like I said, it's about light to medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit. The blush, moving on to the blush, it blended so pretty with just my fingers. I absolutely love it. These blushes are amazing because a little bit goes such a long way. Just a little tiny dot. You guys saw how that blended out. It was awesome, and I really like this shade. Again, this is Sweet Innocence. It is just a really nice kind of like Barbie pink shade. It's more on the Barbie pink shade rather than like the corals and the warm hues. This is more of a cool tone, which I really love. It complements my skin tone well since I am cool toned with my skin. But I really loved the blush as well, especially mixed with the foundation. Like the two together, they didn't fight or clump up or blend out weird or get patchy in any way. They did really well together, which I was highly impressed by. Moving on to the glow stick, I am in love with this thing. I love that this is just a super easy stick form. You don't have to have any fancy tools to apply it. You don't have to have a beauty blender. You don't have to have a brush. You can literally just wipe this on, blend it with your fingers, and be good to go. Or like I mentioned before, you can just kind of dot it on if you are someone who wants a very subtle glow, but are still a fan of highlights. Also, this would be really pretty to put on your body, I feel. Like during the summertime, you could kind of like blend it out onto your chest or maybe over top of tattoos. I really like to put glitter and like shimmers over top of my tattoos if I'm going out during the summer, since they are exposed, they're on my legs. So I do like to kind of glitterify my tattoos a little bit and make them pop. So this is a really cute option for that. Just make sure that you do use sunscreen if you're going to be out in the sun before you apply this. You know what I mean. I shouldn't have to elaborate, but I just wanted to specify that. But anyway, I do love the glow stick. Again, this was in the shade Opal Dreams. There are a few other shades of this as well, but I love this one. This is my favorite one because it does have the pinky undertones. And the very last thing that we had to try out was the Tinted Lip Oil. And again, I use the transparent one. It's my favorite. The other ones are really pretty. They are fair tinted, so it's not like you're putting on a super like thick, goopy, opaque lip gloss. It's just very subtle, and you can wear it on your naked lips or paired with another lip product if you want to. I love just having this transparent one in place of chapstick just every day, day to day. If I'm wearing makeup, if I'm not wearing makeup, I love to carry this around with me like all over the place. And literally, if I have lipstick on, if I don't have lipstick on, I will put this on, and I love it so much. It stays for such a long period of time, and it is just so subtle and pretty. And again, like I said, all of these items are perfect if you are someone who is just starting out with makeup, if you're a beginner, or if you're someone who is an OG who's been doing this for years and you are a professional guru. These products are awesome. I absolutely love how they sit. They are so pretty. You can obviously have a more soft, subtle look with them, as you guys saw when I was doing the original first impressions. You can just do these products and a little bit of mascara and be good to go, or you can glam it up like I have and add the lashes and the eyeliner and all that stuff if you so choose. I love this line because it's so versatile, and also let's not forget that it is vegan and cruelty free. And hello, the packaging is so pink and cute and totally up my alley. And this wasn't even intentional, but like my hair matches it exactly. Covergirl, call me. Let's talk. Anyway, yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful. I haven't done a first impressions in like forever, so when you guys said that you wanted to do one, I got kind of excited because I was like, ooh, I haven't done one of these in a while. Let's try it. So I hope this was informative. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you guys think of my hair down in the comments below. Also, if you've tried any of these products for yourself or which one you plan on getting. I highly recommend the lip oils. If you are going to get one item out of this whole collection, get the lip oil. Like, just get the transparent one, even if you're scared of playing with color or whatever. It is so good. Like, I cannot express how good it is, and all of these products are under $10, which is amazing. So definitely check them out. I will try and link everything I can in the description box below. Thank you to Covergirl for sending me this and gifting me these items in a PR box. This is not a paid sponsorship. They're not paying me to talk to you guys. They just sent these items to me in the mail, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna do first impressions. So that's what you guys get. Let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you all in my next video. So until then, so long, stay strong, stay true, and be you. All right, bye!